going to live stream. And meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Yay!
Yes.
We need what? What did I say? Poo, poo, poo. So there's a difference between poo, poo, poo and poo, 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 poo. Yay! Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And welcome to guiding. No, this is not guiding growth. This is actually plan of action. So Karabelo Plan of Action, our show, is really to testify the value edians and get their testimonies. You've been a value edian since year dot. So it's a short little chat about you and your experience on value ed, and it's 15 minutes, and you've been on value ed since August last year.
Yes, precisely.
You're one of the first value edians.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. So we've got our co-host here. Do you know Larato?
Yes, we have chatted before on WhatsApp, and I've seen her on many events on Value Ed. Yes, I do know her.
Fantastic. So we co-host this together, and every second week we bring a value edian on and say, tell us a little bit about you, which school you went to, and where you are now, and when you joined Value Ed.
Well, good morning to everyone that's viewing today. I am Mokoena Alisa Karabelo, but I like the name Karabelo more. So I come from a township school, which is in Soweto, Midlands High. I got selected last year, August. I got a call from my teacher. She told me about value ed, and I was one of the few selected students in my school who were selected to become part of value ed. And I got an email and a letter that had these big bold letters stating that I got sponsorship. I am part of Value Ed, and it is a program which is gonna help me master myself and become the best version of myself. So currently I am studying at the University of Pretoria, and yeah, it has been going well. It has its challenges, but hey, life is a journey, and what you have to do is just keep on keeping on and just enjoy the journey.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, and I remember this grade 12 student last year who was a little shy, a little uncertain, but had big dreams and big determination. So tell me, how do you feel value ed has helped you in the last year? In what ways has it helped you?
Value ed has helped me in a lot of ways. I learned so much from value ed. It taught me the importance of working on yourself, the importance of preparation, constantly preparing so that you become on point when opportunity comes and you are prepared. Value ed taught me the value of knowing your worth and understanding who you are and whose you are. Value ed saw a lot of potential that I never thought that I had. Like, for instance, I'm here today in a Zoom meeting live on Facebook. I wouldn't have done this last year, or I wouldn't, because I I was too shy and timid, but now I'm here and I have grown because of value add, and for that I'll be forever grateful of value add. I mean, the people that have came on value add events, they groomed me. I met so many incredible people, the most affluent but yet so humble, and people who would take the time of the day just to come and teach me, just to come and groom me. It's just amazing. Hence, I can never be more thankful. I'm very grateful of value add.
Co-host.
Wow, I would say that I'm not a co-host today. I'm learning as well today. Yeah, those are amazing words to hear from a young woman. Like value add has inspired her in the most drastic ways ever. But for me, what would you be saying to a young version of Karabelo, like that 18-year-old matriculant receiving that letter? What would you tell that matriculant, seeing the journey that you've been through with value add, and then telling her that, okay, this is what you have received? What's that inspiration that you would give a matriculant now? Because they'll be watching this. They would want to hear the raw version of what value add can offer.
The advice I would give my matriculants out there wanting to join value add is prepare to be amazed, because I have spoken with a lot of people in very high places, affluent people who have worked this journey of life and have mastered it. And I did not even know, when I took time to research all of these people who I asked questions, and every time I become mind blown. I become so amazed, because the very, very inspirational people. What I would say to myself is that greater things are coming. Yeah, that is what I would say to an 18-year-old version of myself. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good question, because one of the things that we must always do is, and it's something that I do, and I do quite regularly on my own, is to go back to that 16-year-old self and 18-year-old self and etc. I obviously got a longer journey to go backwards than you guys, and ask that person, you know, firstly, what would they do? But secondly, also, what would they do differently? Because if you can learn that and then add it to my 50-year-old self, then I know what to do going forward.
Yeah.
That greater power of you that still resides in you is very, very important. And I think showcasing is, as you saw today, showcasing is, for me, it's exactly what you're saying. I got from what I got watching and seeing others, going, oh, wow, that is possible. Right. And then once you get the momentum of that, once you get that momentum, Karabelo, it's you know, it's not like something you're doing all, you get it from others sometimes, but once you got the momentum, you're giving it, right? Because it's just, it moves so quickly. So plan of action, what plans are you feeling that you're going to put in place for yourself as you go through this journey now, where you are? What are the kind of things that, you know, even after today, what are the kind of things you think, okay, you know, effective in the next, when we finish, these are the kind of things that I want to start doing?
The kind of things I want to start doing that I've learned from value add. I remember in one of the events that I attended, you taught us the importance of being still, of being aware of your surroundings and what has been happening. I am a person who tends to be all over the place. I tend to have these invading thoughts. I tend to be so worried about my future because I really want to make it in life. I really want to be somewhere. I am very determined to succeed, but at the same time, I become so hard on myself to the point that it affects my mental health. So what I have been learning and what I will implement more often in my life is to just be still, to just take time, take care of my thoughts, myself, and take a moment to just be present, because I tend to be a lot in the future because I have so many dreams. I dream so big. Ever since I was 12, I had these plans, but at the same time I I lose the present. I lose the bigger picture, even though I'm there, but I'm losing what is happening right now. So what value add has taught me is that yes, we are grooming you to become the best version of yourself, but at the same time, you also need to take care of yourself and be still. Yes. So
Nice
that
one.
is
Woo!
why. Yeah.
Nice words.
It's like it's like a continuation of this morning. I'm just listening.
Yeah, it has been a great day. All women putting it out there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, co-host, shoot.
With what Karabelo has said, I remember a quote that Uncle Vic gave of saying, "You may be on your knees, lying on the ground with anguish, pain, disappointment, and grief. Inch forward, centimeter by centimeter. It's not quality; it's the consistency. Don't run, inch in your knees and lying on the ground, but inch forward." So those quotes are some things that have been in my head since I did that quote, saying that whatever you're in, whatever the situation is, by just a centimeter going forward, the way you've taken that opportunity that they've given you, that letter of just going forward with this thing with value add, you have literally succeeded in a lot. You have gained a lot with that. Just inching that centimeter has given you a lot. This is why today you've been exposed to such great people. You've been exposed to industry people that have so much to give. So yeah, this is just something that's wonderful to hear. When another person from outside would be like, I also want to hear more about this value add.
Well, don't know what I could add to that. So yeah, it's a short one, and we really want to say thank you, Karabelo, for for the time you spent with us, with the commitment, but also the support, because we kind of need the feedback to say this is useful, this is working, and this is relevant. And yeah, as I get older in life, I realize that it's the less of the doing and the more of the being that creates, right? We always think that creation comes from doing. It doesn't. It actually comes from being. And if you look around you, whether it's, plants, whether it's animals, etc., the being happens without any doing. And that's how we were created, from sperm and ovary. We didn't have to do, we just became, right? And our fear is brought up by the fact that we don't feel we're doing enough. And as a result, we don't feel we're doing enough. We think certain things. And as a result, we think certain things, so we've got this vicious cycle. Whereas actually, it's just believing in the fact that I have this ability, or I have this destiny that is there for me. And if I believe in it, it actually comes to you. It's drawn to you. The magnet pulls it to you. And all of a sudden you get the phone call that says, go here. All of a sudden you bump into somebody who leads you there. And all of a sudden you get this letter that says, come and do this, etc. And if you think about all those things that have happened to you, it's not you doing anything. It's just them coming to you. right? And the more you try to do, the less then they happen. So I admire the land, and I know you're pushing forward and fighting forward, and I admire that about you. And I just say keep inching, because now it's been a year and a half, right? In a year's time, we'll be saying it's 2.5 years, and look how far forward you'd have inched. And very soon, it'll be like, there goes Karabelo. Just don't forget us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me on Value Add. Like I said before, being part of Value Add has been blissful. It has been a huge eye opener. It changed my perspective on many things in so many different ways. I've met such incredible people. I've been in rooms full of affluent people, and I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't of Value Add. And for that, I'll be forever grateful. Thank you.
Yay!
Fantastic. Thank you, Karabelo. Thank you. And thank you for Tseko for joining us. And thank you to Lerato. And until next time, thank you, everybody. And have a fantastic weekend, and go relax, enjoy, and just be. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.